That's it, guys. That's the end of the season.
It's crazy. And I got my dog here. Yeah, we didn't have a losing season.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, we were 2-6 at one point this season, and we finished 9-8. Mike Tomlin still has yet to get his first losing season. We beat the Browns today, 28-14. Joe Flacco is not our savior. He is not. Fuck the Jets because the Steelers don't get into the playoffs.
Well, you can't bet it on the Jets for anything.
No, you're right.
You can't.
No, you can't. My dumbass did, and I'm now less $50. But nonetheless, the Steelers season is over, and at least we ended on a strong note.
Yes.
At least we ended it with a dub.
We basically, went out with a bang. This was a good performance overall by the Steelers. The offense was more productive. The defense, especially in the second half, stepped up big time. They got I think 5 or 6 sacks on Deshaun Watson, 2 interceptions.
Picks. Yeah, I mean, honestly, after a rocky start, this game was a great representation of how our season went. It was a rocky first half, and then towards the end, we finished strong. We did. So this game was a visual representation of how the Steelers season went, and what a way to go out.
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett looked good, man. This is the end of his rookie season. We'll have a video on him grading his year and talking about the full thing in length, so we'll have that out in the coming weeks. Obviously, mock drafts are imminent, so those are going to be happening soon. Give us a couple weeks to start scouting and wait for the NFL season to breathe as the playoffs are approaching. Yeah, Mike Tomlin. He put us at 2-6, but he led us back to 9-8. Consider it how you will. You got to give Tomlin credit for getting his team back on track towards the second half of the season and somehow getting us in play for the playoffs. Unfortunately, we will not see any extra playoff football, even though we already knew what the outcome was going to be since we would have had to face the Bills. But this is how the season ends, and it's a strong note to end it. Yeah. Honestly, it's a better note to end it this way than in the playoffs because we knew how it was going to end. So in that fact, in that note, it's a good way to end it. This is not a for this season, it's a good way to end it. Seeing how we were, I suppose it's a positive way to go on out for this season, seeing where we stood, seeing with the roster, with a rookie quarterback. But I don't want this to be the new standard.
No.
I do not. It's bad enough. It kind of already is under Tomlin.
It's pretty repetitive if you ask me.
It is.
Start off, it's a rocky start, then you have a smooth second half, and you barely get a winning season.
And you got to keep praying for teams to get you in, and unfortunately we can't, man. How many games did we have this year where we should have closed it out? We should have already been playoff bound. Unfortunately, we're not, and we're going to be on the couch now, and it's officially the offseason. A much-needed offseason is coming. It's going to be a big one for Tomlin and Khan and company. I don't mean to put a lot of weight and pressure on their shoulders, but it's seriously going to be a big one with the development of Pickett, and we need to get him aligned, and we need to fix a lot of issues on the defense.
Despite the second half, progress that they showed, second half play style, there's still changes that need to be made.
No.
They still need to make changes. They need to make smart changes, especially for the future of not only the team, but for Kenny Pickett.
Yeah. Honestly, going back to Tomlin real quick, you could say, yeah, he put us in this position and he got us out of that. But at the same time, if he didn't put us in that position, we wouldn't have to be in this current position.
No.
If you catch my drift. If that made any sense whatsoever.
So, if anything, this needs to be a major wake-up call. You've been saying it for weeks.
And I'm not holding my breath on it, but this needs to be a serious eye-opener for Tomlin.
A serious wake-up call for Mike Tomlin.
But here's my concern. He got his non-losing season. He got another non-losing season. He got above 500. That's a dub in his book. He's like, all right, I ain't got to change nothing. That's a false statement. There's a lot of changes need to be made with this team and with the offseason here. Thank God.
Yeah.
Now get to it. Canada has to go. And we need to get Kenny aligned. We need to get the defensive line going. We need an inside linebacker. We need a corner. We need a lot. We need
to make a lot of changes. No more of the band-aiding the situation type of, mentality.
And there's no waiting game. The offseason is now. Start making changes now. There's no offseason when it comes to making changes.
Yeah.
So it's now the offseason, man. So here we are, Steelers. Let's see how the offseason goes. But in a way, it's a good thing we're here, and we're excited to see what the Steelers do. It's going to be a big, interesting one to determine our future. We shall see what they do, man. But otherwise, we're going to have a lot of content out for the offseason, mock drafts, discussion videos, grading Kenny's rookie season, talking a little bit about Tom, and pretty much a little bit of what we just said here. But
yeah,
hope you guys join us for the offseason. Is Canada fired tomorrow? I hope so. I hope so.
Let's cross all our fingers, man. Let's cross all our fingers.
That's the first change that needs to be made, 100%.
Should have happened last year, but, here we are.
Otherwise, man, thank you guys for joining us for a very rocky and interesting Pittsburgh Steelers season. It's been a fun one. It's been an interesting one. And now it's going to be a very great offseason, hopefully, for the Steelers, man.
And let's see if they can use this to learn from their mistakes and learn to get better.
Right.
Because next season is going to be very interesting. See how much these young guys grow, where Tomlin stands when it comes to, how this season turned out.
And shout out to the chat right here, man. Apparently, the Texans just won, which means with a Texans win and the Bears loss, the Bears' 33rd overall pick, which we got for Claypool, now becomes the 32nd overall pick, which means we now have 2 day 2 picks. And possibly...
day 1.
Day 1, yes. Possibly some room to make some moves in the first round. I'm not saying we're going to. It's not really Steeler-like, but Khan has shown he's a little different than Colbert. So could that be an effect?
We now have some flexibility. We have something that, not all of us are used to.
Right.
So hopefully, they look at their options and, maybe they take advantage of something.
So the Steelers don't make the playoffs today, but they do win. They do beat the Browns, and they now hold the 32nd overall pick. I'd say that's a decent way to end the season. Here we go, Steelers. It's now the offseason. Let's get some fucking moves going. Here we go.
And like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace!